so me again. So the first thing that I wanted to start with today is to look at assessment methods with you. So the first assessment we're going to start with is observation. Now, some of you will be really familiar with observation, others it's a whole new concept to you. Observation is exactly what it says on the tin. It involves us as assessors coming out to observe you in the workplace. Now, our standard practice is to come out and observe you between 4 and 6 weeks, depending on your progress and where you are. But there should always be a workplace assessment carried out within the 4 to 6 week period. Now, we carry out and plan these observations with you. All observations would start with a holistic observation. So what that means is an in-the-moment observation. So whatever you're doing at that time, and we do that for 2 reasons. The first reason being that we want to get to know you and we want you to get to know us. We want you to feel comfortable with us observing you. I've been teaching for 9 years. I know, I don't know that old. No comments. And I still get nervous now. It's something that I don't enjoy. I don't like to be observed. I don't think anybody likes to be observed. I don't think it's whether it's somebody you know, somebody you don't know. I don't think there's an easy way. However, some people love observation. Some people will use it as a time to shine, and that's exactly what it should be used for. It's a time for you to share your skills with us. So the second reason that we do holistic observations to begin with is so that we can become familiar with your setting. Now, some of your settings we've worked with for many years, so we're aware of those practices. Some are brand new to us, but it's about how you fit into that setting and how your role works. So observations, during your observation we take notes of what's going on. Now sometimes what you'll find is the children are far more interested in what we're doing. I've been to observations where I've had children sit next to me and they want to write on my pad, or they want to get some paper and write as well, and that's absolutely fine. It's real life, it happens. You know, there's a stranger in the building. Some children are scared of us. They don't like new people in the setting and they feel very apprehensive with us being there. So for us as assessors, it's really important that we understand those feelings of the children, and if needs be, we stop the observation. It's also important that we understand your needs as well. So if an observation is not going so well, if we feel that you know, maybe nerves have got the better of you, or the children's behaviour is becoming really difficult to manage, we will stop that observation as well. But obviously, as part of your qualification, there are assessment criteria which require you to demonstrate skills. And that's the purpose of an observation, to capture those skills that are happening. As we move through the observations, the idea would be that we build upon what we've seen before. All assessors should come to you with a plan, and when the observation is finished, we should be able to plan the next assessment with you. And capture what we can. You know, the idea is we might ask you to plan an activity which might meet certain criteria, but we would also be looking to claim as much criteria as we possibly can as well. So anything that we can capture at that time is really good. Please don't be worried if during the observations we ask you questions, or at the end of the observation we ask you questions. It's not to catch you out, it's not because you've done anything wrong. It often means that we, 1, need to clarify our own understanding of that matter. 2, it might mean that we can claim some additional criteria because it would show reflection, it would show purpose to your practice, those sorts of things. And it also might allow us to understand why you did what you did. So for example, there could be an instance of behaviour that you ignored, and it could be that you ignored it because there's a reason in the child's behaviour plan as to why you would ignore it. Similarly, we might have seen you react in a certain way that maybe we haven't seen in terms of policy and practice, and again it might be because it's part of that child's behaviour plan. It might be that it isn't, and actually sometimes we need to talk that through and think about what you could have done differently, how you can develop your own practice. So observations are all about that. Following the observation, we would write the account up. We either write it up or we record it on a dictaphone. Different assessors use different methods, and some assessors like myself will use both. It just depends where we are, what detail we put in, and how quickly we can turn them around for you. We then upload that onto your portfolio and claim the criteria we've met. The assessment then comes to you, and then it's for you to verify. Now the important thing here is for you to listen or read the observation to make sure that what we have captured is an accurate reflection of what you did. And that's the important thing, to make sure you agree with it. Now, it might be that we've missed something or even misinterpreted something. So it's important that you have a voice to share with us, to question or to say, oh, why didn't you use that sort of thing. If you're happy with the observation, fantastic. We ask you to leave us some feedback and then sign it off, and we will plan our next one. So that is the main basis of observations and what observations do for as part of an assessment method for you. Given the current situation at the minute with COVID-19, observations are on hold. Obviously, depending on when you're watching this video, the COVID-19 may be way in the past. I may have a few more wrinkles or a few more grey hairs, depending on what time you're watching this. But for now, we are the 16th of April, something like that, 2020. So that's where we are at the moment. But you know, normal practice would mean that we would be observing you in the workplace 4 to 6 weekly, and that would be the expectations of an observation. Please do feel free to ask any questions in the comment box, to send them to us directly on our Facebook page. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. My children will be really proud of me now, asking you to subscribe. Who knew? So if you could give us a comment if this was useful to you, what you'd like to see next. Next time we will be looking at reflective accounts.